Night falls, the house quiets, and the body longs for rest. Yet for countless older adults, sleep is not the steady journey it once was. Hours after drifting off, the bladder sends its urgent call, pulling them out of bed and into the cold of night. The cycle repeats, sometimes twice, sometimes more, and morning arrives with a heavy fog of fatigue. Doctors name it nocturia, and while it is a common part of aging, its impact is profound. Fractured sleep, low energy, and diminished quality of life. In the search for relief, some turn not to pills or surgeries, but to the wisdom of the spice jar. Among the remedies whispered across generations is one simple practice. Chew a particular spice for 60 seconds before bed, and the night may pass without interruption. The spice in question is nutmeg. Found in kitchens around the world, nutmeg has long been valued not only for its warm, sweet flavor, but also for its medicinal properties. Ancient traditions describe it as calming, soothing the digestive system, easing pain, and most notably, encouraging sleep. Modern analysis reveals that nutmeg contains compounds with mild sedative effects, which may help regulate sleep patterns. But beyond inducing relaxation, nutmeg is believed to influence the bladder as well, reducing the urgency that wakes so many in the middle of the night. For elders weary of broken sleep, the practice of chewing a pinch of nutmeg is seen as nothing short of miraculous. The ritual is disarmingly simple. A small amount, about the size of a pea, is chewed slowly for 60 seconds just before bed. The flavor begins sharp and earthy, then releases a gentle warmth. As the spice mingles with saliva, its oils are absorbed through the mouth and into the bloodstream, setting to work almost immediately. Elders who practice this say they feel their body relax, their thoughts quiet, and their bladder grow calmer. Soon after lying down, sleep arrives more deeply, and the hours stretch until morning without the familiar interruption. What makes this practice so compelling is its accessibility. Nutmeg is not exotic. It rests quietly in kitchen cupboards, waiting to be grated into pies or sprinkled on custard. Yet when used with intention, it transforms from a culinary delight into a tool for health. In a world where many older adults juggle multiple prescriptions, the appeal of a natural remedy is powerful. Nutmeg offers no side effects when used in small amounts, no risk of dependency, no complex instructions, just a spice and 60 seconds of mindful chewing. Stories circulate of elders who regained restful nights through this simple habit. One man in his late 70s, plagued by 3 nightly bathroom trips, began chewing nutmeg at the suggestion of a friend. Within a week, he reported sleeping nearly 8 hours uninterrupted, waking refreshed in a way he had not felt in years. A woman in her 60s, tired of relying on sleep aids, tried nutmeg as an experiment. To her surprise, not only did her nighttime urination diminish, but her anxiety before bed also lessened, allowing her to greet each morning with renewed calm. These accounts spread by word of mouth, fueling curiosity about whether the spice truly holds such power. Science offers partial explanations. Nutmeg contains a compound called myristicin, along with trace amounts of natural chemicals that act on the nervous system. These can have sedative and muscle-relaxing effects, which may ease the restlessness of the bladder. Nutmeg also supports digestion, reducing bloating or discomfort that can press on the bladder during the night. When taken in small, safe amounts, it seems to help the body slip into deeper stages of sleep, where minor signals like a half-full bladder are less likely to wake someone. The combination of sedation and relaxation may be what makes nutmeg particularly effective for nocturia. But there is also something to be said for the ritual itself. Chewing the spice slowly for a full minute encourages mindfulness. The elder is not rushing through bedtime, but pausing, paying attention, creating a rhythm of calm. This act alone, focusing the mind, releasing the day's tensions, prepares the body for rest. In this way, nutmeg becomes both a physical remedy and a psychological cue, a signal that it's time to let go and sleep deeply. Of course, moderation is essential. Large amounts of nutmeg can be toxic, causing unpleasant side effects such as nausea, dizziness, or hallucinations. The miracle lies in the dose. Just a pinch, chewed and savored, is all that is needed. Elders who experiment with the practice must be mindful, respecting the spice as both medicine and food. Used wisely, it is safe and effective. Abused, it can harm. The balance is delicate but easily maintained with care. For some, nutmeg becomes part of a broader routine to support nighttime rest. They pair it with dimming the lights an hour before bed, avoiding late caffeine, or practicing gentle breathing exercises. The spice, then, is not an isolated cure, but a cornerstone of a nightly ritual that honors the body's need for calm. This combination of natural remedies and mindful habits often proves far more effective than any one measure alone. In villages and towns across the world, elders have long turned to kitchen remedies for their ailments. Cloves for toothache, ginger for nausea, cinnamon for circulation, and nutmeg for sleep. What modern culture sometimes dismisses as superstition often carries truths hidden in plain sight, passed down through centuries of observation and experience. The story of nutmeg and nocturia is one such truth, a reminder that healing can be found not only in clinics and pharmacies, but in the simple gifts of the earth. The transformation it brings to nightly life cannot be overstated. Instead of stumbling to the bathroom under harsh light, the elder stays cocooned in warmth, dreams uninterrupted. Instead of groggy mornings, there is clarity and energy. Relationships benefit too, as spouses sleep side by side without one disturbing the other's rest. The emotional relief is as profound as the physical, for sleep is not merely a bodily function, but a cornerstone of mood, memory, and dignity. There remain those who doubt, who see the idea of chewing a spice as too simple to solve such a stubborn problem. And yet, in the stories of those who try, there is undeniable hope. Perhaps nutmeg does not cure every case. Perhaps its effects vary from person to person. But even if it eases the nights of some, reducing their trips to the bathroom and restoring their rest, it is a gift worth sharing. At worst, it is a harmless ritual. At best, it is a miracle tucked into the pantry. As the night deepens, the elder chews the small piece of nutmeg, closes their eyes, and lies back. The minutes stretch, the body softens, and sleep wraps them in its embrace. Hours pass without interruption, the bladder quiet and cooperative. Dawn arrives, golden light spilling into the room, and for the first time in a long while, they wake with gratitude instead of fatigue. In that moment, the miracle feels real. A spice, a ritual, a return to rest. Word count, 106.